What's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on this video. Make sure to go give me a follow at Everything Edge EDC on Instagram.
Okay, what's up, everybody? I've been super excited to make this, and it's been a long time getting around to it, but here we are. This is the Benchmade Griptillian. This is my baby. Going on 6 years that I've had this thing, and man, it still finds a way into my pocket almost every single day. I've probably had 100 other knives since this one, and not even close. So let's do some specs on this thing. Obviously Benchmade, manual opener, axis lock. This variation comes with the 154 cm blade, but the newer models are all S30V. The blade length on this thing is going to be 3.45 inches. The blade thickness is going to be 0.115 inches. And the overall length of this knife is going to be 8.07 inches. The weight on this thing, 3.88 ounces, fairly light due to these partial steel liners and not the full steel liners. Fiberglass reinforced nylon handles, T6 hardware, T10, on the pivot. Before we get further, I just want to talk about the things that I've done to this knife that aren't standard. Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip, and as you can see if I turn the lights out here, Glow Rhino tritium thumb stud. So this is an amazing knife all around. Some size comparisons here for you to get a better idea of the size of this thing. Here it is compared to the Benchmade Mini Adamas. Here it is compared to the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And here it is compared to the Benchmade Bug Out. So overall, very middle of the road as far as size goes. I mean, this not too heavy, not too lengthy. In my opinion, perfect for an EDC knife. Ergonomically, it fits like a glove in the hand. Fiberglass reinforced nylon does not feel cheap. It feels great, and my purchase on this thing, with or without gloves on, is rock solid. I don't think I've ever handled a folding knife that feels this good in the hand. As far as like daily tasks, you're gonna be, slicing meat, opening packages, all those things. This blade is perfect. This drop point, fairly thin behind the edge, but still robust enough to where you're not gonna worry about light prying and such. I know some people are gonna get on me for that, but it's my knife, let me be. So yeah, I love this thing, and I'm not afraid to use it and get after it because I know it can take it. This going on 6 years, minimal blade play. There is some up and down, as is usual for the axis lock knives, especially after they've seen some use. Action on this knife, extremely smooth. I mean, this thing, very smooth, very good action. Benchmade does these axis locks well, and I know the first thing everybody's gonna bring up, especially with the Benchmades as far as reliability goes, is the Omega springs, whatever. I even bought into it and bought myself a pack of extra Omega springs. But you know what, guys? I've carried this thing 6 years, every single day in the pocket, and I've never broke one. I've never seen a broken one. I've heard everybody talk about how unreliable they are, but I've actually never even seen somebody else break one. So I don't know what to say there besides I am not concerned about it in the slightest. We do have a two-way reversible pocket clip, which is nice carry. So for you lefties out there, axis lock is completely ambidextrous. Can go both hands, no problem. Thumb stud on either side, and this really just is an iconic knife. You know, there's fancier out there. There's stronger knives out there. I recently picked up this Demco 80-20.5. Similar price range. This Griptillian is going for about $160, and this 80-20.5 is going for about $140 to $150. And this, hands down, I will say, this is the quality feel. This is a great knife, and I love it, and I understand that you're paying for this shark lock, but the quality is not there. This is plasticky and cheap, and it's hard for me to get behind that all the way. So when I have this in my pocket, to this day, it brings me joy because it feels like I'm carrying a quality tool, which I really appreciate. Some complaints about this knife. I do feel that when gunk gets up in this action, pocket, whatever, it really does slow it down. I really do feel that difference, even with minimal stuff. So, you know, bothersome, but keep your stuff clean. It's not that hard. Other than that, I can't say much as far as complaints go. I mean, I've dropped this thing on concrete, and you can see there's a couple, maybe you can see on the camera, there's a couple minor dings, dents, whatever. I drop this thing all the time. But it takes it like a champ. It really does. And the other thing about this knife that I prefer, I mean, living in Oregon, camping, hunting in cold, wet environments, like the corrosion resistance on this is unmatched. 154 cm blade, mainly fiberglass reinforced nylon, all these screws. I've waded through rivers, you know, spent all day soaking wet out in the snow and the rain, and nothing. It hasn't rested on me, so that is a major plus. A final complaint, and I don't know that this is really a complaint, but this pivot here, if you don't use Loctite, it will come loose so quickly. And I think part of that is just due to how hard this thing gets opened by me. I really like to hammer it home, and I think that, you know, rattles the screw loose, but I don't know, I can't help it. That sound makes me, whew, I love it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I mean, I have probably 50 other knives, and I would not trade this one for the world. This thing lives in my pocket, and it's just reliable. It's just outright reliable, guys. Like, this knife will not let you down. I would highly, highly recommend this. You can go pick this up over at the Benchmade website from the custom shop, as I did with this one. You can go pick this up at Blade HQ. You can pick up a regular one from Benchmade Knife Center. Even a lot of like local buy marts, whatever, Bass Pro, they carry this knife. I mean, this thing is everywhere, and it is absolutely meant to be used and able to take the abuse. I love this knife. I love this design. I love the way it feels, the way it sounds. This is my go-to. Thank you guys for listening to my ramble, and I'll catch you on the next one.